Welcome to the Seth Davis Show.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you having me.
It's good to see you again, and I appreciate you taking the time. Here we are. Where does the time go, my man? You're beginning your 11th season in the National Football League. You're almost 31 years old. By the time this airs, you will be 31. Does 31 feel different than 22?
No, not really. Not really. It doesn't feel any different. I look up, find a gray hair every once in a while in my head, but besides that, not too much of a
Can
difference.
you still do the same things physically?
Yeah.
Or are you starting to have to adjust your training, adjust whatever you're doing on the field?
No, physically I can still do everything that I was able to do. I think you just don't recover as fast. Those hard practices, they seem to be harder, it seems. But besides that, everything else feels good.
Yeah, well, welcome to the rest of your life. It's pretty unusual for an athlete of your caliber at this level to spend your whole career with one team. It's impressive that you've come this far, 11 years with Arizona. Is it realistic? I know there was some trade rumors last season and the off season and contractually. Is it realistic for you to think that you could finish your career as an Arizona Cardinal? What are your expectations in that regard?
Well, first of all, I've been very fortunate, to be with the same organization for 10 plus years, and I've been very, very lucky. I have a wonderful ownership here that brought me in, make me feel like family. But also, this is a business, and you've seen throughout the course of sports, from Jerry Rice to Peyton Manning to
LeBron James.
I mean, it's just part of it. People move around, but I really don't do too much thinking about it, to be honest with you. I just kind of attack every day the same. Just how can I become better? How can I become a better father? How can I become a better football player? A better friend? I just look at life that way, and just let the pieces fall as they fall.
I've always been fascinated in terms of your effectiveness on the field. I mean, you're big, but you're not real big. Mm-hmm. You're certainly fast, but you're not blazing fast. You ran a 4.63 40 at the combine for a receiver that's not particularly elite. Yet you're going to go down in history as one of the greats ever to play this position. What is your physical talent that makes you so effective?
That 4.63, that is not accurate.
Oh, it's not?
No, that's not accurate.
We can learn it outside again if you want. I got a stopwatch.
I don't know what I will give you right now, but I ran a 4.4 coming out.
Okay.
Obviously there's guys that are faster, but my speed hasn't really hindered me from doing anything throughout my career. And I think a lot of times, people always put, this guy doesn't have strong enough arm, or this guy's feet are not quick enough, or his arms are not long enough. And they find ways to overcome and be able to be effective regardless.
For Fitzgerald, a leaping grab in the end zone. Fitzgerald open, a diving catch for a touchdown.
All the things people always say, that you can't do this, you can't do that. All it does is just push you even further to go out there and prove them wrong. And I'm no different than a lot of athletes in that regard.
But is it positioning? Is it hand-eye coordination? Obviously, you have great hands. I mean, there's more that goes into being a great wide receiver than just track speed, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you have to be able to understand the concepts and read and diagnose defenses on the fly, and make plays with guys draped all over you, and be able to deal with the physical contact that comes after making catches. And I've been very fortunate. I was blessed with good hand-eye coordination, but I worked extremely hard at being prolific, catching the ball and running routes and doing everything that's required to be good at your position.
I mean, it's interesting how your perspective changes. As a fan, I grew up loving pro football, and now I'm the father of 3 sons who play sports. You know what my favorite thing about you is? The way you hand the ball to the ref after you score. Where did that come from? And does it bother you that more guys aren't like that, don't do that?
No, you know what the funniest thing is? I love celebrations. I love the end zone celebration and all the antics that those guys do. It's just not for me. I grew up, I was a big Barry Sanders fan, and I saw the way how, he would make a fabulous run, make 3 or 4 guys miss and get in the end zone and hand the ball to the referee. At the end of the day, that's what you're paid to do. You're here to score touchdowns. And I never saw my dad, when he got an interview or write a column, ever beating his chest or jumping up and down. That was his job, and I kind of view it the same way.